Tired of being a little baby with your thumb in your mouth the whole time you're playing Elden Ring?
Perhaps.
Sick of talented hot redditors replying to your posts with "get good" and "skill issue"? Well, lucky for you, Tarnished, I've got the perfect remedy. What I tell you about right now may be the most important tip. You're going to feel a lot of pain and agony, and I don't know if you're a sadist or into really sick things. Okay, we're going to start really simple here. Learn your moveset and movement. Learn all attacks from jumping, dodging, heavy, stealth, weapon arts, everything. Learn it all. So I recommend before going out and getting your about to be red bottom repeatedly spanked by Big Mummy Millennia, learn how you attack and how you move. And you may say, excuse me Nick, I already know how to do all that. Well, let me say, no, you probably don't. If you haven't got down movement and how you attack enemies, then you aren't going to get very far in this game. This is so crucial, so you got to pick a weapon and then learn. You don't have to be stuck to one weapon, but just learn how you move, how you roll, how you dodge, how fast you are, how much reach you got. Learn it all. Practice on enemies, do whatever you can. You just got to learn it and get this fundamental down. Next tip, we're moving on fast here. I want you to keep up. Never fat roll. I don't ever want to catch you fat rolling or heavy rolling, whatever you call it. If I put on armor here, you can see that my equipment load will change to heavy load. We do not want to be heavy load. Unless you have a specific build for this, you can see that you're slow. This is going to be really hard for you if it's your first turn, so do not heavy roll. You need to get rid of equipment, get rid of heavy weapons. This is a medium roll, that's what you want. During your journey through the lands with Lean, you'll encounter lots of NPCs. Don't just run past them, don't kill them, don't do any of that. What you should do is listen to tip number 3. Talk to all NPCs and exhaust all their dialogue options. Each NPC can give you stuff like quests or items or weapons or even important info like your Maidenless and Pathetic. This may be the most important tip. It's the vibe tip. Elden Ring can be a pretty unforgiving game, but even though you may get frustrated, remember this tip. Chill out. Appreciate the beauty around you. Why not stop and smell the roses? Yeah, there's dogs that can one-shot you. Yes, Scarlet Rot is horrible. And yes, there's 2 lakes full of it. But you know what? With determination, skill, this video, and a little bit of luck, you can get through it and become the Elden Lord. Bonus tip time. Spend all your runes. A lot of new players will run around with a good amount of runes. This can be very risky. Instead, when you have enough runes to level up, spend them. Or if you find a merchant on your travels, support the economy and spend those runes. The worst thing in FromSoft games is losing heaps of hard-earned runes or souls or echoes. It's completely avoidable, especially in Elden Ring where you can fast travel. Another extra bonus tip I can give you is if you're say 500 runes off leveling up, use your golden rune consumables. It's an easy way to reach the amount needed to get that level up safely, and there's no point in hoarding them, so just make sure you spend and use them. Next, I want to talk about buffs and using stuff that helps you do a lot of damage. I know when I first started, I was always confused how people online were deleting Crucible Knights in 5 shots. I thought they had ascended above the level of mortals. In reality, all you do is use stuff that makes a certain stat stronger. Here's an example of me using the Axe Talisman, which increases my charged attacks, Exalted Flesh, increasing my attack, Physic Flask, which increases my strength and it also makes my staggering better, Incantation spell Flame grant me strength, also increasing attack and fire attacks too. My weapon art also increases all stats for a certain amount of time. And this is the results of not being natty. This tip isn't just applicable to melee builds. There's a lot of stuff in the game for magic or bow builds or whatever you want to get them OP. You just need to look at the stuff, and if it increases the way that you do damage, use it. And don't just use it for boss fights or major fights. You can use it for every situation, every enemy. Just go ham with it and make sure you have a setup. Alright, now my final tip, which is the most important tip.
That's good.
How I interpret it is by getting comfortable with your weapon. Now again, I know you're probably squirming on the edge of your school chair with your arm flailing in the air, trying to get my attention. So listen up, kiddo. Elden Ring is going to throw a lot of shit at you, even though you can use setups like I talked about earlier, which will help, don't get me wrong. Beating enemies, especially later on in the game, is not going to be a walk in a field of flowers. You'll find guides online of people saying, "Oh, this is the best build ever, I'm doing 48,000 damage each hit and I bet millennia blindfolded, hanging upside down while I was using the control of my mind like a telekinesis, and I was also not even using control, I don't know." You need to shut out all of that external noise and focus on what matters. Each weapon has its strengths and weaknesses. Use the strength to your advantage, and hey, if you find a cool weapon halfway through your run, use it. What I'm trying to say is the best weapon is the weapon you're the most comfortable with. Another bonus tip I'm going to give you guys, this will be my final bonus tip, is you're going to die in this game. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to get hit, you're going to get punished by the most simplest enemies that you've killed 1,000 times before. What you need to do is not get angry, not get mad, understand where you've made the mistake, and either use a different method or a different tactic to try and beat that enemy again. Eventually you'll find a weak spot, and if you exploit that, you will be unstoppable in this game. Just never give up. Okay, that's all I've got. Bye.